go, baby.
Boy.
Yeah, here we go.
Yeah, here we go. DNVR Broncos Live, RK, Hank, and Numbies here joining you today. We, of course, presented by DraftKings Sportsbook. Just I want to make sure you heard it this time.
Hey, got a little snap in there, too.
Yesterday I said, Hank, you weren't here. Yesterday I said it literally off the top. I said, DNVR Broncos Live presented by DraftKings Sportsbook. Then we went on, and both Zach and Allie were like, hey, don't forget to do the presenting sponsor. I'm like, I literally did it off the top.
Yeah, I apologized to him after.
Zach actually sent me a formal apology.
It was 4 seconds in.
Wow. No way Allie apologized.
Yeah, definitely not.
None.
But I'll bank on that for like another time.
And now she's not here today.
Perfect.
Everything okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just like next time, I'll be like, see, like you never listened to me. You didn't even hear when I said the DraftKings thing right off the top. Yep. Anyways, get over to DraftKings, get in on all the fun this weekend, and there's going to be a lot because real football is back, but we have fake football to talk about.
Yeah.
So, this is the last time we have to do it.
Yes, I can't wait today.
Oh, I guess, and Saturday.
Yes, wait, what are you talking about?
Talking about fake football.
Post-game.
Tonight? Oh,
Today's
Saturday.
Thursday.
Yes. Okay.
I mean, we could just move on after the game.
We honestly should. Yeah, on to the Seahawks. Today was the last full practice that we as media get to watch. So kind of turning the chapter. It was not sad at all. Thrilled that we're on to regular season where we only get to watch 15 minutes of practice.
What are you going to do with all of your added free time where you don't have to watch like special teams practice?
Maybe create some more numbers.
Oh, Numbies! Let's go. Watch out. Twitter is coming for you.
Wow.
Hank, what are you going to do with your newfound
I did realize today I want something to like write during practice because you still have to like be there at the beginning.
Yeah.
And I'm not like a story ahead in terms of like things to write. So I need to work ahead so I can just work during that, and then it'll just be super efficient is the plan.
So do they have you guys in the media room walk all the way down to the OG entrance for practice?
Yep.
For 15 minutes and then walk all the way back?
That's what they'll have. Yep. Yeah, we don't get to just cut through.
That's essentially 15 minutes of walking for 15 minutes of watching.
Exactly. And then an hour and a half of sitting.
At least, well, maybe it would have been cooler. Did you see? So, are you guys caught up on Hard Knocks?
No.
Gosh, dang it. Well, this isn't like a spoiler or anything. They did a joint practice with the Colts, and the Colts have a sick facility where they do their training camp, and like there's like the yellow brick road, but blue. And it just like it wanders through like a forest on their way to the field, and like Dan Campbell's just mystified by it. He's like, "Wow, this is like the field of dreams. Like this is incredible."
It's like remember the Titans after their morning run.
Yes, very much so. There's a thin layer of fog.
Oh man,
coming over the black cleats.
And they were doing full tackling to the ground in that practice, right?
I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, it's so wild.
I'll never get over that. And actually, I wanted to bring that up. Coaching styles, it actually boggles my mind how, like, essentially you just go, as a player, you're just trying to make it to the NFL. But your experience when you get there could be so drastically different based on where you land. Like, I don't know. I feel like until I saw the contrast of Nathaniel Hackett to Dan Campbell, which could be as stark of a contrast as there is in the NFL, I didn't really think about how different it could be depending on what team. I mean, they're having entirely different practices. They're almost like no parallels. Dan Campbell is like losing his mind over wins and losses in the preseason. Nathaniel Hackett, preseason sucks. Doesn't care. Like I guess him apologizing was like maybe even a little much for what he thinks of the preseason, but like Dan Campbell like literally going nuts on the sideline when they won the second one, and like devastated on the sideline when they lost the first one.
Yeah, and I would thrive personally if I was a player. And Nathaniel Hackett's, I would be absolutely miserable in a Dan Campbell situation.
But that's the reason, like arguably the biggest reason the Rockies suck so much. It's because they have that weird culture in the front office and everything is just strange, and they just promote from within. They don't pull anybody who's ever worked in another front office before, like league office. There's like this own little bubble of just insanity, and that's the reason why.
Yeah, it's just so interesting to see the differences, and I mean like the insanely different differences. I mean, and I actually agree with the way Dan Campbell's doing it for his team. I think that team, it's really important for them to feel winning. That organization is just so down for so long that it's like I think you do kind of have to win the preseason games. Like the first preseason game, they lost because their third-string quarterback fumbled a handoff when they were just trying to run the clock out. Like, you got to get that stuff out of your system. Mm-hmm. So I get it, but it is just mind-blowing how different it is. And, yeah, they're going to the ground in the practices. If the Broncos and Cowboys were going to the ground, we would have had 700 fights.
Yes, we certainly would have. We also would have learned more about the running game.
Yeah, it's true. Mm-hmm. Also, did you see no one's talking about this. Cowboys absolutely shellacked the Chargers in the preseason.
Oh, yeah. And in the practice, too.
And it was you, Zach, who tweeted, how bad are the Cowboys' backups if this is what the Bills are doing to the Broncos? So, by transitive property, how bad are the Chargers?
Maybe their backups are terrible. Were they playing their starters when they got shellacked?
I don't think so. I would hope not, but I just looked up at the scoreboard. It was like playing a replay at a restaurant I was at the other night. I was like, it's 32-10? What is happening?
Yikes.
These guys were terrible.
Yikes. Something else that's crazy. Speaking of practices and fights, do you see Aaron Donald?
He looked like he's playing whack-a-mole.
Oh, my God. He had 2 helmets, both Cincinnati Bengals helmets, just swinging them. That may be the scariest thing you could possibly imagine in the NFL. Not just swinging helmets, but Aaron Donald swinging opposing teams' helmets. That means the guys he's swinging them at didn't have helmets on, and it's Aaron Donald.
Yeah, I forget the name of the video game, but there used to be this video game where there was like, you could play these characters and they were like massive, like ripped dudes. They had like chainsaw guns, like guns that shot chainsaws, like crazy stuff like that. Like that's what. Huh? Blitz. No, that's.
Blitz was not
No, we're talking about like the first-person shooter.
Even in Blitz, they weren't shooting chainsaws.
Blitz all-out war. Yeah.
Is your microphone on?
Is the name of that game?
Oh, is that Jose coming through?
Jose Ibasa, bro.
Gosh, Jose is
Yeah.
What's that word for fact checker that we used to use on the show?
Oh, yes. Oh, what was it? Was it
Ombudsman?
Ombudsman?
Yes.
Where did that
The
come
official
from?
ombudsman of the show. That's what that reminded me of, though. It's like, this is Gears of War. Like, he's got 2 helmets, like, swinging on, like, a windmill, and you just have to dodge it, or else you just get, like, smacked out of the way.
So now, NFL does not have, or I should say teams are responsible for taking responsibility and holding their players accountable. The NFL isn't. You think the Rams are going to suspend Aaron Donald for week 1?
No.
Yeah, I don't think so.
If he had made contact, he might be going to jail. But that's the only thing that could happen.
So that's what I was going to say, is how wild is that?
Yeah.
What he did is assault with a deadly weapon.
Yeah. Yep.
So,
Twice.
like, if you just do that on a football field, even if it's a practice field, you're allowed. Also, where's the line drawn? Am I allowed to do that on a practice field?
Right.
It's just whether they press charges or
like,
not.
maybe to make it even, like, more convoluted. Like, I'm not part of an NFL organization. Can Eric Dalala go swing helmets at people without going to jail?
What about a coach?
Right.
Could a coach?
I think so.
It depends on if they press charges.
So
As long as they don't press charges, you're fine.
The Bengals could play the Rams in the Super Bowl. It's not like we saw it before.
Yep.
The Bengals should press charges on Aaron Donald right now.
Wow. And just like slow play the court case, see if you can sync it up.
Yeah.
And like, I'm not exactly like, you could absolutely die from that.
Yes.
Oh,
you could.
Aaron Donald
Yes.
swinging helmets?
I mean,
Yeah, of course.
Like, me swinging a helmet could probably
Yeah,
kill someone.
Aaron Donald with
Right.
the teddy bear.
Yeah. Anything that's like slightly hardened.
Yes. Whoa.
I added the END on the end of that because I felt like it made it less. Anyways,
You're pulling a little Justin out. And
insane.
Ooh.
Absolutely insane. And I just wouldn't expect that from Aaron Donald.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
I felt like he was like, I didn't think he was unhinged.
A guy that ripped with that
Exactly.
much
Right.
testosterone.
It's like I felt like he's just like, I'm so much stronger than all of you that I don't have to like do anything crazy. Like, I'll just throw you out of the way.
Right. Yeah, that's very fair.
Yeah, I feel like anybody who has muscles like that is a little bit insane.
Probably.
They just have to be.
Dan Campbell.
Have you seen
falls
Liver
into
King?
that.
Leather King?
Liver
Who-
King.
who is
Liver
this guy?
King. No, no.
Liver King
A
is.
person sent it to me because was it PMT did an interview
I
with
think
him?
they have done an
and
interview with
they
him,
said
yeah.
it. They said the interview was done entirely with all of their shirts off.
I've
and
just
I was
seen-
like, "Did you mean Peter King?" And I'm trying to imagine Peter King doing a shirtless interview with PMT.
Yeah, how hard are you trying to imagine that? I've seen him on TikTok. He just like has all these crazy philosophies, and he says like everyone should be eating liver like multiple times a day and like drinking blood, and you shouldn't wear clothes, and you shouldn't shave, and you shouldn't wear deodorant.
Wow.
We've got end TikTok. Like everything you hear about TikTok is just that.
My biggest issue with TikTok is that people will take selfie videos. So like it's a camera facing like showing their face.
Yeah.
And then they'll caption it like POV, you just something or other. And it's like, I don't think you know what POV means.
POV, you're watching somebody.
Speaking of those videos, the Broncos, you know how they do those like
Question
coming
of
off
the
the
day,
field?
yeah.
Yeah. I don't think they've posted this one yet.
Oh,
But
inside
yeah,
scoop.
Spoiler.
inside scoop. What is something that is always in front of you that you never see? And this one was an interesting one because I think there's a right answer.
The future.
Wow. Just like that.
Wow.
Ruining the game for everyone.
Oh,
Very impressive.
Thank you.
A lot of guys went with nose. And
You can't
I
see
see
your
it.
nose?
Yeah, you can
I
see
see.
it. Exactly.
God, these
but
idiots.
here's a good one.
got
Here-
some small noses.
Yeah.
Here's a good one. Mustache. Can you see your mustache?
Yep.
I don't have one. No.
If I go like this,
Mm-hmm.
okay. Well then, yeah, wouldn't be the
Yep.
mustache.
nope.
I need to trim
Is that
mine.
the answer? Was that the answer to the riddle? Is
That's the
future?
answer. Just like that.
Wow.
Yep.
Way too easy.
Some people were like you, Ryan, just getting it right away, and other people, it was driving them nuts.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people have said I'm an abstract thinker, so
Actually, I definitely would say that about you.
I'm able to get outside of the
yeah,
box really quickly.
you are.
Should we talk about the game?
Nope. Actually, first segment's done right now. But this game, I think, is the number one thing for this game. Brett Rypien versus Josh Johnson.
Yes.
I think it's got to be. I think it's got to be.
How important is it in the grand scheme of things?
I'm on the, I don't know what wing this would be, but I'm the furthest on, like I'm a radical where I'm coming from on this.
Okay.
It's 0%.
boy.
That is radalicious.
Oh, yes, I'm radically anti-backup quarterback.
Just because if they have to play, it's over.
Yes.
Is
And
one of them better than the other?
that's the
Significantly
thing,
better?
yeah.
no, that's the thing is the margins are so slim that it makes no difference. It doesn't matter if it's Josh Johnson, if it's Brett Rypien, if it's Brandon Allen, if it's Case Keenum, if it's
Whoa.
I mean, you could go through the entire league and I will tell you the margins are too slim for it to matter in any way, shape, or form, especially because the margins for error in the AFC West are already so small that if you don't have your if you don't have your starting quarterback, you're done. It's over.
What about 2 games?
2 games, if you can split them, sure. But it doesn't matter who your backup quarterback is, whether or not you're going to split them. They're just it's just going to end up like how good was your game plan? How good did your defense play?
And probably the most important thing, really quick, Henry, is who is your opponent in those 2 games?
Totally.
Because if you're playing, let's say, I'm touching wood, if Russ gets hurt week 1, week 2, you should be able to get by against the Jets or against the Texans at home. But come on, if that game comes against the Chiefs, you're hosed.
It honestly, if I was in the Broncos front office, I would just be like, well, yeah, who has the better vibes? That would just be like that's the tiebreaker.
You know
Because
who has,
it doesn't matter. Like if it comes down to this close, it makes 0 difference.
You trust Justin Outen's vibe check?
I do.
Vibe monitor?
Yep, I think he has a good vibe monitor.
He's-
Who does Russ like more? Who do the wide receivers like more? Who do I personally like more? That's all it should come down to because if it's a competition and it's coming down to the final preseason games, it means it's neck and neck. So whatever you decide, the only way it matters is based on the way like the locker room feels about it.
Who do you think the locker room would lean toward?
Probably Brett Rypien. He's been around longer.
I think they would lean toward the vet. For if they get into a game experience, I think they would trust him more.
Versus a guy who's undefeated in his career in the NFL.
1-0, better than
How
John
many of them
Elway,
know
better
that?
than Peyton Manning.
Anyone who was there. Jerry Jeudy probably likes him.
Oh, Jerry's
The
got
last
to,
time he
right?
scored a touchdown.
Because he underthrew the ball.
right.
Probably
right.
just wanted that to be on target.
Potentially. No, I mean, I'm like I said, I'm radicalized when it comes to this, but I really don't think it matters. You could honestly cut them both and just pick a random person who gets cut from another camp, and I don't think it makes any difference.
Over under 5.5 meaningful quarters played by the backup quarterbacks this year.
Under, because of Russ. I'm going to take
Yep.
the 9 years before last
Okay.
year and say they don't play at all this year.
Yeah, I'm under.
I'll take the
say
over.
0.
Wow.
0 total quarters.
I'm going to say 0 as well.
Okay, I'll say misses a game and a half.
That's
Touch wood. What did I? That sounded
Yikes.
terrible.
That's that's 1/2 away from the season being over.
I was going to say a game and a half you can get away with. As long as in that first half that he plays, he gets enough of a lead.
Let me ask you this: over under Patrick Mahomes.
I feel like all of them.
You take the over. On
I'd
all
take.
of them.
I think just about any quarterback. I'd say miss 2
I
games.
think what did we come
think
up with
the
a couple
numbers
years ago? Like 40% of teams have to use their
Yep.
backup quarterback for at least one game or
For a
something
start.
like that.
Yep. But you look at these AFC West quarterbacks, I'm trying to think who's missed time.
It's true.
Yeah, I mean Patrick Mahomes literally had his kneecap come off of his leg against the Broncos and then just played like 2 weeks later.
Yep, it's very true. Yeah, that was probably
Yeah.
the last time Mahomes didn't play. I think Justin Herbert's played every game. The last time a Chargers quarterback didn't play was when the team doctor stabbed his lung and made it
that
collapse.
unlocked the Justin Herbert era.
Yes,
I
exactly.
think that team doctor just knew. He's like, I've seen enough of Justin Herbert in practice, bro. What are we doing here?
So in the past 3 years, Mahomes has missed 3 games.
There you go.
Total.
1 game a year.
But I bet when they went 14-1, I bet he missed that game because he sat.
Has Tom Brady missed any time since he got to Tampa?
I don't think so in Tampa. He's playing Saturday too.
Yeah, which is weird.
Yeah, that would mean. I guess we don't know about Jameis Winston, but that would be 20 of the 32 teams will play their starting quarterback in the preseason. 21 if Jameis is healthy enough to play.
I wonder what the average age of the 12 coaches who aren't playing any starters
Yeah.
or any
That's a
starting
good
quarterback.
point. That's a good point. Really quick on Tom Brady. Last time he missed a single game was when he was suspended for 4 games.
Oh my god.
Last time he missed a game before that
The
was
ACL.
was in 2008 when he had his ACL. The last time he missed a game before that, his second year in the league in 2001.
Unbelievable.
Great
We made a
offensive
whole
lines.
rule the last time he got injured.
Yeah, it's very true. It's so true. Speaking of injuries and guys playing, I actually think this is maybe the most visually appealing part of this game coming up. KJ Hamler. He is going to play. Nathaniel Hackett confirmed that. He's going to play a couple of snaps. And to me, guys, this doesn't make any sense because Nathaniel Hackett, and I completely like what Nathaniel Hackett's doing with not playing guys. He said it earlier this week. If a guy is going to have an impact for us week 1, he's not going to play this coming week. We don't want to play those guys. KJ Hamler,
Yep.
shouldn't he be having an impact come week 1? And then so right after Nathaniel Hackett says that KJ's playing this week, 2 questions later, he's asked about Randy Gregory. Not necessarily playing this week, but is the goal to get him ready for week 1? Yep, it's all about week 1 for these guys. It's about having Randy and these guys ready for week 1. I just don't understand why KJ is on such a different field from the rest of these guys.
Tells you maybe they think he has to earn something?
Wow, like the Alberto
Yeah.
sort of thing?
Yeah, I mean, which is wild to me, but he hasn't proven anything. That's what I said yesterday when we were going through our locks. I was like, it's weird to give KJ Hamler a lock when he hasn't proven anything in the NFL. At the same time, he has a skill set that no one else on the team possesses. So to me, it's like, yeah, this is obvious. You put him on the team, and I think it is. Like, he's on the team, but maybe they feel like he has to earn some sort of playing time over someone else. Maybe Montrell Washington is like, right now they're saying like, oh, Montrell Washington is going to be that guy for us right now, so you got to go prove it to us.
And one of the things Justin Alton said about him today was he has to go get his confidence back. So maybe it's behind the scenes. KJ's confidence has been hurt so much in this past year of having to rehab, obviously, stuff off the field that they want him to play for that as well. But a question for both of you guys. If KJ Hamler was a 6th-round pick, exact same career, is he a lock?
See, the thing is,
No chance.
he can't be a 6th-round pick because of the traits he had and what he did at Penn State. And so that factors in. Like, if he had not been productive in college or had done what he did at, like, Eastern Michigan or something, and that bumped him down, then it's kind of a different world, you know?
Let's just say he was, like, Australian, and he was playing for his Australian college, but he has all the same traits.
I mean, what? Because when he got hurt last year, again, horribly small sample size, but he was on pace for 800 yards, 700 yards for the season. Which, again, it's like 2 games, so who really cares? But I if he's a 6th-round pick, no, he's probably not a lock. But that's because so many other things in the past have
if he's a 6th-round pick, he's cut.
Yeah, probably.
In my opinion. Like, I've seen these guys who can't get out on the field, they just cut him because they're like, oh, we can't use this guy.
Right. And then you look at him and you say, well, he's really small. He may be
True.
fragile. Could happen again.
Yeah, there's a guy in Hard Knocks, Jaleel Pimpleton. They call him Pimp, which is so sick.
Going from Pimpleton to Pimp is
Right,
quite an
It's
upgrade.
a huge save. Like, wow, I got dealt one of the worst last names, and they're like, oh, it actually results in the best nickname.
Yeah.
He's insanely fast. He like tore up the MAC. He's I think he's undrafted, but it's like he's small, he's fast, and like guys like that are getting cut left and right. Now, KJ Hamler's probably faster. And that's the thing, is like there's a big difference in today's football. There's a big difference between 4.35 and guys who are running in the high 4.2s, which is crazy that people are doing that on a yearly basis now. But that's what people were saying KJ Hamler could have done if he ran 40. So he's also a sharp route runner.
Exactly. That's what separates him more, I think.
Which is what definitely separates him. And I think, again, if he was a 6th-round pick, they'd be just like crossing their fingers. Please, we love this guy. He has all these traits, but eventually, the guys that don't practice get cut every time. Especially if they don't have draft status on their side.
Yep, and that's something that KJ hasn't, like you said, Henry. He had earned that for the things he done and the traits he brought.
And that's the thing. And so I don't know. I do think though. I mean, you see the route running, you see the speed. He was a good catcher of the football, like in college. Although there have been like some drops since that are.
He had a little drop issues too in college.
Yeah,
second most drops his rookie year, only behind Jerry Jeudy.
Yep. But yeah, I mean,
some would say that's Drew Lock's fault.
Probably a
common
lot of
thread.
Yeah.
And just looking back, I mean, there were back-to-back 10-target games back in 2020. Yep. You know, and that's not like when he was putting up. You know, the 86-yard game with the 2 touchdowns against Carolina. So
Panthers,
there are those flashes. I will say this.
When he plays, he makes an impact.
I am very excited to see KJ Hamler play the Vikings in the preseason because that has a very good history.
Last time KJ Hamler played the Vikings?
Yeah.
Did they play? They did play this same preseason schedule last year. So that's interesting. I hadn't thought about that. Because remember, it used to always be like the Niners, the Cardinals.
Exactly.
Because that's just your GM's friends. Or at least it was back
I always thought it was just regional.
Yeah, I thought it was just close.
I mean...
Like save a couple bucks on travel.
That's probably part of it. But I think teams used to schedule their own games. I'm not sure if they still do. But, I mean, they would probably just try to keep
put in requests or something. Yeah. I saw at the end of the joint practice in Hard Knocks, they went up there like, let's do this again next year. So I assume... Maybe there's like 4-year pods or something.
Sure, right.
Anyways.
Anything else you're looking for in this game?
I want to see what they're doing with the backup tight ends. Because
like the Erics of the world?
Yes. I want to see like who's out there first, who's first off actually is probably most important.
Right.
One more Hard Knocks tidbit. There's this running back. He gets the start in the second game, which is like, it's great for him.
Yeah.
He gets off to a great start, does some great things. They pull him. In my head, I'm like, let's go, dude. Like, this is great for you. But players just aren't wired that way. He's, like, pissed. He's like, what? What do you mean? I'm killing it out there. Like, I don't even think he realizes in his head, like, they're pulling you because they want you to be healthy.
That's a good thing.
Yeah.
That's funny.
So, yeah, I want to see who gets the start at tight end, who's out first at tight end, how they deal with those guys.
Corners, too. Damari Mathis. Faion Hicks, I feel like, could bounce back. And Damari Mathis in particular, if he has a good week, he's going into the season as the number 4 and not because O.J. Moody is hurt. I mean, partially because that gives him the leg up right now, but I think that he can kind of solidify that.
And to me, of course, also wide receiver. You got Brandon Johnson. How's Tyree Cleveland going to fit in? We're not going to see him this weekend, but I think depending on how guys do, could open up a spot for Tyree or close a gap for Tyree. Jalen Virgil, I'd like to see him play in the first quarter as opposed to just waiting till garbage time. But a lot of things going on there. And guys, speaking of a lot of things going on, this Saturday, lots of college football. And over at DraftKings Sportsbook, you can get in on not one, not two, not three, not four, 8 different college football games over at DraftKings Sportsbook, taking you from 10:30 a.m. Denver time all the way till right around midnight when Hawaii's game is over. And, of course, you also got the Broncos sprinkled in there, which you can bet over at DraftKings Sportsbook. I'm loving that Nebraska-Northwestern game, hoping for a big upset, although I'm hearing there's a lot of Nebraska fans there. Is that right, Ryan?
Yeah, I mean, that was expected by me at least.
Yeah.
They have a lot of fans, a lot of delusional fans.
So apparently when people are learning how to drive in Ireland, they have these stickers they put on their car that are, because they're novice, it's a big red N. And it looks exactly like the Huskers logo.
Oh my God.
So you look around and it's just like there's like all these cars with these big red N's on the back window.
Wow, and it's for novice. That makes sense.
Yeah. So maybe there aren't so many Nebraska fans there.
That is incredible. Well, if you want to bet against Nebraska like we all do, put your money on Northwestern plus 390 or plus 13 points. And then the night game, you got Hawaii at home. And I got
taking on Vanderbilt.
Yes, who's really bad.
No. And Vanderbilt's 9-point favorites.
Wow, you can get Hawaii plus 260.
So I'm taking every underdog in the day. Parlay, a round robin parlay.
Wow, I love it.
So you just need, like, if you get 3 to hit, you're gonna make a lot of money.
Oh,
I decided I'd jump in too, but I can't believe I actually included UConn. There is no way UConn is going to win.
You're wrong. They're
There
playing
is no way.
Utah State.
Yeah, exactly. It's UConn.
It's UConn, but anything can happen in week 0.
What are we talking about? What's the spread there?
Plus 27.
Oh my gosh. Yeah,
Dude, like Appalachian State beat Michigan. Anything can happen.
Appalachian State would win this one by 30.
Wait, are you taking UConn at plus 1,400?
Yes, of course.
Plus 26 and a half.
Plus 1,400
Oh
in my round robin parlay.
Oh, they actually beat Yale last year, 21-15.
Boom.
There you
Yale.
go.
Okay. They got to win.
And if you bet on any of these college football games, $5, win or lose. So you can bet on UConn. They could get blown out of the water, and you're going to win $200 in free bets. It's going to be put in your account in 8 $25 free bets. So check them out over at DraftKings Sportsbook. Must be 21 or older. Colorado only. New customers only. Restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700. And just a quick reminder, make sure to head to the App Store and download their top-rated DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use promo code DNVR when you sign up to get this offer.
What time is the game on Saturday?
10:30.
Broncos.
Oh, Broncos, 7.
7. So okay, so you'll be able to watch the full morning game of Nebraska Northwestern, and maybe even I think there's a couple in the afternoon.
Yep.
But we also have a new setup at the tailgate. We have 4 TVs on a wall all together. So
Inside.
So obviously we're not going to need all 4 this week. But I'm pretty sure we also have the capabilities to turn all 4 into 1. So we can have the big screen going for whatever college football game's on. I think there's like a Charlotte and Florida Atlantic in the middle of the day.
You nailed it. There's also the primetime 5 p.m. slot. North Texas taking on UTEP.
Oh, I've had that circled for
spread.
months.
No, that one's a bummer because there's no underdog, so it's not.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not even worth putting in my round robin.
UConn lost 57-7 to Temple.
The Owls, you know.
Oh, I know. Those Owls.
There's talent up there in Philly.
When you come to that tailgate, drink some Breckenridge beers. We will have a whole assortment there. And I guess if you're not going to the game for whatever reason, probably just because you're lame or really far away, use the beer locator on their website, put in the zip code, check all the boxes of the beers you want to try. It'll tell you exactly where you can go to buy those beers. They're in 30 plus states, so there's probably some near you.
Even if you're not going to the game, how would you not want to come play cornhole, drink beer, and eat sliders and watch college football with us?
And the great thing about it is it's Saturday afternoon.
Yes.
So you can drink tons of beer.
Yes. Oh, trust me, I know.
You making it to the post game?
I would love to. I would
love to.
It's
I
when
like
you're-
that answer.
It's like when your friend's like, "Hey, we should hang out soon."
Yeah.
I would love to, man. And then you just never hit them up.
Yeah. So you hear 2-man set on Saturday.
No, I'll be here. We forgot to make plans again about what crazy thing we were gonna do for the last preseason game.
Oh, we did. There's still time.
Oh, I'm in for Malort shots for sure.
There we go.
Maybe we should do shots of absinthe.
Oh, okay.
You guys should do Malort shots through a hot dog.
No.
Oh my! It would eat the hot dog as it's going through.
The hot dog just disintegrates.
I want to eat the hot dog.
Okay, cool. Let's move on here. And I guess in only the way DNVR Broncos can, we'll preview the Broncos-Vikings preseason Week 3 matchup by doing a preseason fantasy draft.
Oh, baby.
Henry, can you give us the updated scoreboard, or at least do you still have the scoreboard, what we're
I
looking
do.
at?
He
We
does
decided it would
not.
be aggregate score
I don't think we
across
decided
2
that.
weeks. So Henry's definitely in the lead. What are we looking at?
So Zach is in last place by a mile with 29 points. RK has 41.8 points. We're doing decimals. I've got 47.7.
The only place where Numbies doesn't do Numbies.
Yeah.
Season
probably
fantasy.
good. He'd
It's
cheat.
true. It's crushing me now.
Okay, say it one more time really quickly.
29 for Zach, 41.8 for RK, 47.7 for me.
Everyone's still in this. You're still in this.
Oh, I love it.
That's
Down
bold.
18? Okay.
That's bold.
All you
okay.
need is like one player to go off.
Yeah, all I need is a quarterback.
Yep. And Henry, as the leader in the clubhouse, gets to choose the draft order.
Do I just pick my spot, or do I get
Yeah,
to pick
You
No,
get to
as
pick
well?
the whole thing.
No way. Oh, wow.
Well, how else
Okay,
would we decide
okay.
you and me?
I feel, well, since you're in second, you would get to then choose your spot.
Oh, okay, that
next.
works
Yeah,
too.
Yeah.
All right, you get to choose your spot, then I get to choose my spot.
See, I gave
That's
him
a
a,
shame.
I got to give him a little bit. So
That's a shame. I'll take the third spot.
Is that where you were last? No, you were 2.
I was
last.
2
Okay,
because I
third.
was
So you got back-to-back
the
picks.
middle. Yep, I wanted that swing there.
Okay, Ryan, you going 1 or 2?
I will take 2.
Right on. Let's go, baby. Do we know anything about the Vikings?
Do we?
The problem is they have 3 backup quarterbacks on the roster.
Yeah, and you guys remember what not Rick Spielman. Who was
It
the
was geez, I forget his name.
whatever
Zimmer and Poles?
Zimmer, yes,
Oh,
yes,
Zimmer,
yes.
that's what we're doing.
Zimmer said about Kellen Mond at the end of last year
Yes.
when asked
He was
like
asked, "Do you want to see him?
practice or play or something.
Do you want to see him play?" He said, "Nope, I see him every day."
He got into that one game against the Packers, and it was the most disgusting thing I've ever seen.
Well, you must have not watched last week's preseason game with Kellen Mond because he went 10 of 20 for 82 yards, no touchdowns, 2 interceptions, and a 21.3 passer rating.
Damn, he's getting better.
I am not going after Kellen Mond. And I'm also not going
Upward
after Sean Mannion. Guys, after giving up 6 straight touchdowns, I trust the Broncos defense more than I trust the Vikings quarterback. So I'm going to go with the Broncos offense. I'm going to go Josh Johnson.
Ooh,
I'm gonna go
interesting.
Josh. He's going to be going up against the 3s, 4s, 5s, future accountants, as you would say,
Yes.
Ryan. He's going to light it up because he knows he has to perform.
I hope
here.
they appreciate that I give them a high-paying job.
Yes, you do. You do. Yes, a very
I could say-
sophisticated job.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, I like this idea. It
I'm
worked
taking
for
the Johnson route.
It worked for Henry going through like how the players did in the previous game. So I'm stealing that from him.
Studying. You're
Yes.
stealing studying.
Yes, that's actually revolutionary on your part.
Thanks.
My God, there are some bad numbers. They were terrible last week. So I'm gonna go to the Broncos as well, and I will take the guy who is fighting. He has to go out there and impress. I'll take Brett Rypien.
Oh,
Wow.
okay. I hope the Broncos scored 0 points in the first half.
Wow.
Yep.
That's messed up, dude.
So I took the swing thinking I could get my quarterback here because I just wanted one of the Broncos quarterbacks. I was like, there's no way we're going
Yikes.
Brett Rypien, Josh
I really want
Johnson.
you to have to draft Kellen Mond over
yeah.
just
Yeah.
destroying
Yeah.
him.
He's awful. He's awful.
What are
Well,
you going with?
oh hell no, that's my last pick now.
Damn,
There's
I
no
thought he
no
was gonna
pressure,
fall
no
for it.
pressure to take a quarterback yet.
Smart man.
I can't bet on any of the Broncos running backs.
Certainly not.
So let's take Ty Chandler.
Oh,
from the
5 for
Vikings.
19 last week.
Yikes. He's gonna be their lead back. He's got the
He did score a
carries on his
touchdown,
side.
so he's got that going for him.
And then from there,
Responsible for the only 7 points by the Vikings last week.
give me Amir Smith-Marset.
Nice.
Thanks.
Nice.
You like that one?
Well,
Yeah, he was talking about it like he loved it.
I do like it. Also, we've got a lot of Iowa fans that watch this show, so they'll also like it.
Yeah, this one's for you guys.
Yep.
It better not suck.
I was talking about how wide receivers grow on trees yesterday, and I had a notable Iowa fan, our friend Nick Kendall, reach out to me. He's like, "Where can I get some of those wide receivers you're talking about?"
Yeah.
I was like, "I don't know. Dude, he has like 7 playable college wide receivers on the roster." So, okay, it's back to me. My God, this is so hard. Everyone should, in your preseason leagues, you should have to draft, do a draft for the preseason.
Right. That's how it should determine your regular season draft order.
Yep. I'm going to say that this guy, well, this guy's had the best connection with my first pick. So as much as I like Hung Young, I'm going to go Jalen Virgil. I think those two have a little bit of a relationship budding, and I think it's going to pay off in this game.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
It's called a stack in the fantasy community.
Yep. My numbers say it's a good pick.
Thank you. Thank you.
How about this one? I'm going to go Hung Young. I'm
Oh!
going the Johnson route right here. So
double
give
Johnson.
me Brandon Johnson and or Hung Young Johnson.
Put
That's
Hung
fine.
Young on there.
And then with my next pick, I'm going to roll the dice like I did last week. I'm going to go KJ Hamler, baby.
See, I don't mind
Wow.
that. I would have loved to have gotten him later.
I will say, backup quarterbacks love fast receivers. That's just like the one thing that they know is going to happen. They're like, that guy's going to be fast.
Yep. And Josh Johnson and Brett Rypien have been throwing good deep balls.
It's true.
This bit you in the ass last week,
It
though.
did.
And I think it's
did.
going to again. I think KJ Hamler gets 1 series, 1 target.
If that's for a touchdown, I'll take it.
Yes. Worked out last year.
75-yard touchdown
75-yard touchdown. Okay, this is back
to you.
Did you?
I just got
okay.
2. Yep.
You got 2, so it's back to me. Oh God.
Yeah, we're getting deep now.
We are. We're all the way down the rabbit hole.
No
We're
more
only
good players.
halfway through.
Oh, God, I have to find a running back or a tight end.
You could go Trey Quinn. He did well last week. He was the leading receiver for the Broncos last week. 5 for 47.
Stop.
8 targets. Trey.
Let me take.
Trey.
I'm gonna take Eric Saubert.
Oh, wow. You going to build the Eric team?
Yep.
Take Tomlinson with the flex?
Yeah, my flex. this is so much harder than it was last week. I don't know why.
Yeah, I
it's
agree.
because
The Bills were good.
the Bills had
Yep,
like notable
exactly.
players.
And,
Yeah, because you took the starting lineup for the
yep,
Bills.
Yep. Turned out really poor. But, I mean, the Vikings, it's tough looking at their backups.
Oh,
All right,
yeah.
Henry, you're back to back.
Oh, shit. Well, I've been looking for a Vikings pronunciation guide. Couldn't find it, so one of my picks just went off the board for me.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, maybe we'll circle back later.
And Wagner?
Yeah, Keenan Wongwu. You know what? Screw it.
There you go.
No,
you
no,
said
no.
it.
I did say it. Keenan and Wongwu.
All right, good.
He's a running. KENENWANGWU.
When does one name end and the other one begin?
I don't know that it does. I think it might just be all one name.
By the way, I don't know how this plays into Henry doing his research here because this guy had 2 rushes for 4 yards last week.
Wow.
No touchdowns.
I thought you were gonna say you got cut.
He actually, with that average, he averaged more yards per carry than the Broncos running backs.
In both weeks.
Why?
In both
Why are we
weeks.
doing
Oh,
this?
yikes.
Broncos averaged 1.9 yards per carry last week. He averaged 2.
Oh, boy. Kellen Mond even topped him.
He's your flex, right?
He's my running back.
I thought Ty Chandler was running back.
Oh, we only have one.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
That's your
he's
flex.
He's his flex.
Oh no, in a PPR.
Oh, I love
Yeah,
this.
And
This
the
is
pick
going
is
great
in. The
for
pick
us.
was delivered. It was spoken. Wide receiver and quarterback.
Oh,
And tight end, I just wrote that in wrong.
Oh, he's got tight end.
give me Seth Williams.
Okay, nice.
It's time for a big Seth Williams game. I think he might win this job this week.
Okay. With my next pick, I'm going to put you guys in a precarious position. Give me Albert Okwuegbunam as my flex.
Oh, you're taking the tight ends off the board. Okay.
Maybe Zach is in this.
Yeah.
After mine, after your two
yeah.
tight ends. Holy, oh yeah.
Okay, you know what? I'm going to stick it to you, Ryan. And I'm going to go... Man, do I do this for my flex or not? Thought it was going to be clever, but want to make
Collectively,
sure.
we all might get 1 point out of the running backs.
I know.
I don't have a running back yet.
No, yeah.
Neither does Ryan, though.
I literally don't care who was my running back.
That's really true. I'm going to go for my flex. I'm going to go Montrell Washington.
Nice.
Thank you.
So you have 3 wide receivers now?
I have 3 wide receivers. Yep. So I'm
That's
Probably
the way to
the
do it.
smartest way to do it.
done
But
on
a mile.
receivers.
Albert Okwuegbunam had
Alberto's
4
good.
catches last week.
How about Saubert?
Salver had a touchdown.
That's right. I'm sure that's replicable.
So I need a tight
oh,
end.
yeah, it's you.
And you've got Eric Saubert and Alberto. So I could go Eric Tomlinson. No. I could go Greg
How dare
Dulcich.
you.
He's not going to play.
So
Wow.
dismissive
No,
of my
I'm
guy.
definitely not going Andrew Beck. So I have to go with the Vikings.
Yeah, do
I
you
have
even
to.
know who?
No.
Have you heard of any of their?
Absolutely
tight ends?
not. I don't even know who's a tight end and who's a receiver when I look at this.
I'll read some names off for you. Johnny Munt,
Nope.
Ben Ellefson, or Zach Davidson, or Nick Muse.
Nick Muse, baby. 3
Damn it.
catches last week for 29 yards. Was technically their leading receiver.
Wow.
I did
Thank you,
not
thank you,
think there was a
Ryan.
chance he was going to take Nick Muse from me.
Yes. All right, I'm feeling good.
All right, it's back to me for my last pick. Is that right?
Dear Lord.
I need a running back and a wide receiver.
Oh, great. I would love to draft another wide receiver.
Do you know who they are?
Let's see here. Where is receiving? Let me get. Darius Shepard.
The guy we haven't seen since his first day.
No, he had 3 catches for 38 yards last week.
Oh, okay.
Because remember that right after I said, wow, he hasn't been
Yeah.
all that impressive.
He's like, screw
Wow,
you.
we haven't seen
Here
him
I
for a
am.
while. My pick, and there's some good news for me. The Broncos aren't playing anybody who could be involved in Week 1. You know who's going to be involved? Andrew Beck, Alberto, both Erics. You know who's definitely not?
Dylan Parham.
Dylan Parham. It says on the roster, which I think might be wrong, but
Yeah.
it is what it is. Yeah, Dylan Parham, 2 catches, 14 yards so far. He's going to do that this week alone, too.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's potentially genius, potentially detrimental.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's potentially my only option.
I like it.
And then my quarterback. Holy hell. We're going Sean Mannion.
Nice.
I can't take Kellen Mond. I can't.
Sean Mannion,
can't.
famously pedestaled by Alfred Williams
Yeah.
as the answer to the Broncos' quarterback woes.
Wow. I missed that.
While he was the backup quarterback for the Rams
Yep.
while they were on Hard Knocks.
yeah.
Also, speaking of betting, and speaking of Hard Knocks, I'm putting a self-imposed no Lions bets first 4 weeks on myself because at this point I'm convinced they're winning the Super Bowl. But I don't want to fall for my own trap. I've seen this a million times.
Smart. You're
So-
being smart.
That's what's been happening with Davis
Self-imposed Lions
Mills.
fans.
I'm all over Davis Mills being an awesome quarterback, but it's like, no, that it is literally impossible. Don't put any money on the Texans ever.
No, yes, that is very smart.
All right, that leaves me for my last pick. I need a running back.
Don't take my guy,
Um,
please. I've only got one in the tank.
I can't believe I took
give me Mike
one.
Boone.
Woo! Okay, thank you. I'm gonna go for my pick, Alexander Madison. Hopefully,
There's
can
no
come
way
up
he
big
plays.
for me. Hopefully.
He's way too notable to
You
play.
would think is he their second string guy?
Yeah.
Okay, Alexander. I mean,
But he's
big
like
game.
he is their second string guy in the same way that Melvin Gordon is the Broncos' second string guy.
Maybe not quite like that. In the same way Mike Boone would be if there was no Melvin Gordon.
No.
Oh, yeah.
Alexander Madison's way better than Mike Boone, at least
Come on,
to this point.
Alexander.
Mike Boone was third to Alexander Madison when he was in Minnesota.
Yeah, but also Dalvin Cook is better than Javonte, so they both level up a bit.
I think I'm coming back. On you guys.
Wow. All right,
Yeah.
let's look at the teams. If
Yeah.
you could bring up the graphic, can you make it so I can see it? There it is. Okay, that's good. Oh, wow, that's very zoomed in. Okay, Brett Rypien, Mike Boone, Jalen Virgil, Darius Shepard, Eric Schaubert, Alberto. I feel really good. Really good.
Take a stab at Alexander Madison's career rushing yards.
Oh, gosh.
I'd say 16-29.
How many years has he been in?
3. This is his 4th.
Wow, it feels like longer.
Yeah.
3 years. I'm going to say 1,200 yards.
1387. So I was actually looking at rushing attempts at 330, and I'm an idiot.
He's had some like legitimately good games.
Yeah, that's why I was very surprised when I saw a number that was wrong.
Yeah. That would be surprising. That's about what Mike
Yep.
Boone's career total is.
Consistently in the
Yeah,
400s.
and
But
he got
it was in
pretty
2
much all of
games.
it. Exactly.
He averages 150 yards a start.
It's so true. And something that is better than Mike Boone, mile high sliders.
Wow.
What?
Guys, how good are mile high sliders?
I'll be honest. I was never a slider guy until 2 weeks ago.
Really? Too
Yep.
small?
Yes. I'm like, I don't know how to properly gauge how many I need to eat, but Mile High Sliders comes with the tailgate, hooks it up with all you can eat, so then you just eat until you're full. But like when I see
true,
like 3
that's
sliders
true.
on a menu, I'm like, is that enough? How would I know? I've never eaten them before. Now I know. Now I love sliders.
And the awesome thing is they have so many different types, because I think that's the great thing about sliders.
Yes.
You can have so many different flavors. They have jalapeno poppers. They have Cajun barbecue with mustard and
I don't
pickle.
like
They
that
have
hard
Greek.
E.
That what?
I don't like that hard E on jalapeno.
Jalapeno. Is that what I said? Jalapeno?
Brutal, dude.
Jalapeno. jalapeno poppers.
Jalapeno.
Jalapeno.
Come on.
He did. And
The
Yair
microphone
is
got
just
here.
shaking his head at me. How about Greek? Did I say that one right?
Yeah, that's right. That's a hard E.
With tzatziki, feta cheese. They have drunken meatball, and they also have veggie options.
Yep, and apparently if you have the Greek slider, Nikola Jokic will Sombor shuffle in your eye hole and beat you.
Oh, I see what you did there, as he did today.
Yes,
to
he
the Greek
did.
Freak.
Yes, he did. It was awesome.
It really was.
Yeah, I mean, Mile High Sliders, they're amazing, and I that is the advantage of sliders, is you can have, like, when you go to a restaurant, you're like, wow, there's like 3 really good looking burgers on this menu.
Yeah.
You can't order all 3 of them.
No, you can't.
Now you can.
Yes, now you
That is
can.
true.
And you can have Mile High Sliders for special events, for catering, for company picnics, graduations, weddings, so much more. And if you want to check them out, give them a call at 720-375-3464 to book. Or you can check out their Facebook page. That's Mile High Sliders, and ask for Dominic for your bookings.
If your event has a food truck, just instantly dope.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Like my sister's engagement party had a food truck, and I was like, "This is a high class event."
Oh,
right here.
absolutely.
High class. There's a food truck.
It's great.
Also, go over to Foco. You know, it'd be fun if you got one of these little championship bobbleheads. Let them hold a slider.
Wow.
It would look like a real sized burger.
It would still look really big for
It
them.
would look
Oh
massive.
damn! Well, maybe they have some bigger bobbleheads there. You never really
I
know
want,
what they're gonna have.
a bobblehead of, like, the head is a slider.
Oh,
What's
like
that?
an edible slider?
No,
Oh,
it's
okay.
like a hamburger head.
Oh,
Like, is that the mayor in the McDonald's
Oh,
universe?
yeah, exactly.
Mayor.
I don't know. I know who you're talking about.
I know.
Hamburger?
That's a
No.
different guy.
Okay.
The mayor
was
is not a
robber.
criminal.
He's the
Mayor
criminal.
McCheese.
Nobody would vote for him.
Yeah, it's
Well-
Mayor McCheese.
Mayor McCheese.
Oh, that's true.
yeah,
Well,
Mayor McCheese.
Criminals
No.
have been getting votes for a while now.
Yeah, there it was.
There's also an Officer Big Mac.
Okay.
Uh,
Probably crooked.
Probably. I mean, they never really catch the hamburger. But yeah, Foco, go over there and
Wow.
Foco. Get like some pajama pants with Broncos logos or
Officer-
Avs logos.
Officer Big Mac is corrupt.
He is.
In on the jig with the hamburglar. They're splitting
I
this-
mean, if he has a hamburger for a head, he has to be related to the mayor. Like, there's no way those guys don't come from the same bloodline,
What's the name
right?
of the town?
Yeah, that's
yeah,
your question. Damn, yeah, those guys are wild. Yeah, go to foco.com. All sorts of different memorabilia. Not much, I would assume, hamburger themed, but there's a whole bunch of Avs themed stuff. The Broncos, Nuggets, all that. And if you use the code DMVR, you can get 10% off all non-sale items. So go to foco.com or just click the link below in the YouTube description.
This is going to be a divisive podcast. Some people are going to love it.
Yeah, very true.
All right. Should we jump in here?
Yes, we should. Hopefully the comment section can save us. You hear? Do we have any super chats?
We have one that is from Josh Kogler, $4.99 super chat. That's
Bang.
it.
Josh, thank you so much, our friend.
Also, Mayor McCheese is the mayor of McDonaldland.
Oh,
we can
creative.
do that. We can do that.
Creative.
Yes.
They came up with the whole character set and everything, and
Yeah.
McDonald Land is
It must have been just like last second. We didn't name this whole place.
John
McDonaldland.
Also,
John
they got
Albert was
like
pretty much involved in that.
does Ronald McDonald live there? Or is he a part of a separate universe?
No, he's part of that universe.
Okay.
Also, this was in the 1970s that this started. I bet just putting land at the end of things. Like that's probably was that before Disneyland? Would have been right
yeah.
around the same time, you know.
Oh, Bronco Land. I see what you're saying.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay.
Right, where did that come from?
Yeah, here said right before we started talking about this, he said John Elway was involved in that. And I'm going, what the hell? Was he part of McDonald's or what? Yeah.
The whole crowd could have heard that if Yaya said it into a mic.
Oh, hey.
Didn't say any of that into him, Mike.
We need him. All right. Shout out to Josh for the super chat. Let's
Yep.
jump into the comments. First one's from Melbourne Bronco. Says, my boys, last Aussie rules explanation. We have 4 posts at either end, and a goal, 6 points, is scored when kicked between the 2 posts in the middle. A behind, 1 point, passes between the outer posts or is touched by a hand through the middle post, confusing to most, that have not been brought up with the game. As for why the scores are displayed that way, I have no other idea than it shows accuracy. There are no breakers for more goals. Teams share 4 points if scores are level after 4 quarters. Cheers. So, Henry, quick explanation of why there was the decimals in the Aussie rules thing. It tells you how many touchdowns they scored and then how many field goals they scored, essentially.
Oh.
And then the total score at the end.
Yep.
I don't know about that. Why do we need the math?
That's
It's just more, more information. We live in the age of information.
Yeah, and
The
more you
NFL
have, the
doesn't.
better. Well, that's
All right.
very true.
Big Hank Stan says, while I agree that we should laud Zach's uncanny ability to reach mass amounts of the viewing audience, I think that the term numbies is just not right. Chiefly, it's not distinguished enough for such a media juggernaut. Secondly, the word is not shorter than its progenitor.
Tough to beat Zach. Oh,
Yeah.
numbers. Okay.
Yes. I think the sobriquet, that's another word for nickname, Hank and RK,
Of
should
course,
simply
I
be
knew that.
numbers. Would be the coolest nickname. Numbers would be the coolest nickname of all time. What's more time honored than a number? Mr. Stevens is also a Yahoo Fantasy Sports go-to for information on Broncos players. We can't have him being called numbies even when his words are being accessed by every Tom, Dick, and Hung Young Harry across the globe, can we? Go talk to Numbers. Where the hell is Numbers? Numbers is at it again. Imagine the press room at Broncos. Kliss, Marilat, Leggy, and most of all, Numbers. I know I'm a big Hank stan, but I must stand for Zach here and proclaim that his nomenclature be of a higher distinction than Numbies, which sounds like a name of a sex shop in the mall or some kind of manscaping cream. Love VHS. You have to understand, though, like, in modern dialect, which is something that he's not very well versed in. He's very well versed in
Yes.
old-timey dialect.
Yes.
Numbies is even more honored than Numbers.
Oh, is it?
Like, if you're like, damn, this tweet did Numbers, that's like, oh, it did 100 retweets. You're like, damn, this tweet did Numbies. That's 1,000 retweets.
But did you just make that up now?
No, that's
I've
just
heard
like,
him say
So
it.
you've been saying numbies before.
I've heard him say it.
Okay,
Yeah.
I can embrace it then.
yeah,
I'm
exactly.
honored.
It's only reserved for the most viral.
Oh, okay, I'm for it. You
Good.
sold me.
Hell yeah. Thank you, Numbies. Next one's from Orange and Blue for Life. Hey guys, I was scrolling through looking at tailgate tickets, and he had a question about the cost of all of this. So, without getting too deep into it, there's multiple options this year, and the reason being is because we now have we're going to have an actual bar at the tailgates,
yeah.
which of course can't be free. So we had to change it up, but essentially there's 3 different packages, and one of them includes 10 free drink tickets, or I guess you're paying for them, but they're discounted. You're getting 10 drink tickets.
Yeah.
So that's the one he was talking about here. And then, of course, the bus, which is the same price as it was last year, which is $10. Then there's one that includes your entry and food, and that's $40. But every member is going to get a discount code for $10 off. So essentially that gets you a free bus, or if you're not taking the bus, it gets you down to $30 to come in. So we had to change it up a little bit for a couple different reasons, but I assure you it's not as crazy as it seems if you don't want it to be that crazy.
And another
but
reason
you can go for like the all-inclusive route, which is obviously going to be expensive.
And another reason to be a member. You get $10 off that. Gets your bus for free, or brings one of the other packages down. And these things are going to be wild this year.
Yes.
I mean, when the first preseason game's already a blast, you can only imagine what it's going to be like when the Broncos are hosting the Chiefs on Sunday Night Football.
How about just the 49ers?
Absolutely. That's going to be awesome, too.
Gotta turn the volume up.
So yeah, Orange and Blue for Life. If you have any other questions, you can DM me on Twitter or any social media or whatever, and I can kind of help explain it for you.
Big Tony says, "My boys, I'm happy to hear that there were that what were described by some as being dollar store cornhole boards have been what sounds to be a tailgate favorite. Excited to get a chance to try them out for myself and devour an unhealthy amount of sliders when I'm out there for the home opener versus the
Who
Texans."
described them as that?
I don't know.
Must have been someone on
Yeah,
Twitter or
yeah,
something.
couldn't have been
Well, definitely
us.
wasn't us, and I
No.
thought they were great. Like,
Oh yeah, people were
Yeah.
loving them.
Yep.
They're
They
getting
were-
used left and right.
There literally was not a second
Nope.
during the tailgate when there weren't bags flying.
Nope, and a crowd around them.
And I was actually bummed because I wanted to play early. Then I was like, oh, I'll play later. And then they were just taken.
Yup. He says, "My question for the day is it just me, or does the combo of Rob Walton's bottomless pockets and George Payton's elite ability to identify young cap-controlled drink talent have the potential to eventually force the league to limit or even eliminate teams' ability to use the cash over cap loophole?
No.
Because eventually it'll come due in some sort of way.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, because what you do, you're just pushing it back. And so
The
you just push
only
it
way I
back,
could
push
see
it
this
back,
happening
push it back.
Is the best thing that could ever happen, which is like the Broncos win like 3 consecutive Super Bowls and they have this insane dynasty, and it's like everyone's complaining because it's like they're taking advantage of the cap loophole, blah blah blah,
Yeah.
and we will parade that for the rest of time that they had to change the rules because the Broncos were so dominant.
Yep, and you will get many championships out of it.
Or,
Well, like, the idea is you can just push it back forever and push it back and push it back, but eventually that number gets so big that it's tough to push back. So it's almost like you can do this for like 3-4 years, but then you're just right back there with everybody else, would be my thought.
yeah,
Right. Yeah, and that's why they allow it to happen.
Yeah.
But I mean, they could do it. The Waltons could technically do it forever.
In theory.
You just keep pushing it back.
Every new contract you sign, you just push it back,
To the
so
end.
it always keeps pushing back further
Yep.
and further and further.
Yeah.
As an expert on pushing things back, as a procrastinator, I can tell you can just continually push things back.
He goes on and says, also, I predict that Rypien will win the starting job this Saturday by balling out, and the number 11 will be given to its rightful owner. That's all for today. Big Tony out.
So the biggest problem here is Nick Bonito doesn't care about this.
Yeah. Do you think he would even take 11 if it were available?
I would hope so.
I would too.
Maybe if Brett Rypien wins the job, I will do my best to communicate to Nick Bonito that he should take 11.
You're going to
Personally,
convince him.
Yes.
Yeah, I like that.
I'll be like, hey, dude, look, I've run the numbers on this, and your career is exponentially more likely to be successful if you take 11. Just take my word for this.
the vibes.
That is true.
Definitely better with 11. Last one from Arvada. Luke, he says, fellas, no vocab test for you today. That was mean. RK, I agree on your statement regarding preseason only being useful for evaluating bubble prospects. Almost made you pity teams that have a quarterback one competition going on in the preseason. I would guess that the wide receiver is deepest position in sports theory could be supported by the makeup of practice squads, which always seems to be wide receiver heavy. Why hasn't the NFL increased active roster sizes, especially post-pandemic? Do you think they ever will do so? As for what my wooden sports luck totem would be, if I had a choice of anything, it would be a Matt Holliday bat from Rocktober.
Wow.
I would say like Kale McCarr's stick from the Stanley Cup Finals, but I don't know if they even make those from wood anymore. Cheers, Arvada Luke.
I think there's wood somewhere in it.
Feels like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I know there's a lot of like carbon fiber and
Right.
those sort of things
Yeah.
going on there.
I could see rosters getting up to 55 at some point, but not past that.
The main reason they won't do it, it just costs more money for the owners.
The reason they would do it is if you get rid of preseason and have 20 regular
Ooh.
season games, then the owners are making so much more money where I could see them
Uh-huh.
extending it 5 players. or
There's no
something.
way. Is that actually being talked about?
Why shouldn't it be?
What do you mean? First of all, it's already too much.
They're never just going to get rid of 3 preseason games, though. I would way
Yeah.
rather have that on
Yeah.
So would I,
regular
but there's a
season.
huge difference between preseason games and regular season games in terms of wear and tear on the players' bodies.
That's why you have 5 more roster spots.
Yeah, and also, I mean, then when you pitch it at NFLPA, the way that they always like prorate the contracts,
Yep.
like whatever they divided the contract before by 16 through whatever that was on top for 17. Like they do the
Right.
same thing. Maybe
Yep,
that convinces them.
yep.
Players, for the love of God, don't fall for this.
Oh, it's
More
the money,
money,
though.
though.
And
More money.
The
I
other
know.
thing is,
Yeah.
right now,
More money
like-
and less time to spend it.
It's true.
fair, which means even more money. But Tyree Cleveland, for example, like it'd be nice for the Broncos to be able to keep him because he would be on the field for all their special teams, but you just can't quite justify it. Like there's room for 3 more
think they might
contributors,
try.
maybe. They might try.
I think they're going to try, too.
I think, yeah, I wouldn't be
Did
surprised.
Dwayne Stooks talk about him at all today?
Yeah.
He did. He said the same thing. He said, he's going to have to do some things on offense to get a role there, but they know that he's there. Or I want him to be a core special teams player.
Yep. That makes sense. He's been really good
He's
at that.
staying.
Like
He's on.
he will contribute more if he stays than Brandon Johnson would if he stays.
That's exactly the case I made for him yesterday.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Wow.
Yeah.
Well,
Also,
same page.
the other reason why it seems like it's trending that way, why wouldn't they have moved on from him already?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I think he's on.
Yeah. Unless they thought he's close. Unless there's been like a setback, you know? Like if they thought he was going to be back a week ago and they're like, he'll have time to compete. But at this point, yeah, you don't keep him around unless you there's at least a very real chance he stays.
Or on the flip side, you keep him around so that no one has that much time to claim him, and you hope he gets washed up with all the other 850 players that are cut, and then you sign him on the practice squad.
How much value does he have on the practice squad, though?
Or you sign him to the active roster. You're going to have to cut someone and then
Yep.
put him on injured
IR.
reserve, which then he's only out 4 weeks.
And then you can
Yeah.
bring up whoever.
Yep.
I bet you that's what they do.
I think that's what they're going to try to do.
They're going to cut Brandon Johnson or someone of that ilk, put Tyree Cleveland on the active roster, put him short-term IR, bring him up from the practice.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
I wonder.
I
We'll have to
also
talk
think-
about this on like Monday or something, but I wonder who you could play that game with because
Right.
it's a risk.
Yeah, it is a risk. There's also going to be, I think, 2 to 3 spots that are changed after cut day because the Broncos pick up a couple guys on waivers.
I think so too.
Also, I'm convinced my wide receiver deepest position in sports is – I don't even think it can be countered. Like, I've thought – I spent some time thinking about this. I don't even think there's anything that could even get close. Think about it. Most teams are putting 3 on the field every time, every play, and they also love their depth.
Right.
And
Yeah.
no other position in sports could you say that about.
That's true.
Yes, that's a lot. Defenders in soccer. You play 4 to 5 every game.
I cannot speak to
They
soccer.
all suck.
Not all of them, but if you're starting in the 11, it's for a reason.
Yeah, but I don't think so.
Yeah, he's about to go play soccer, so of course he's going to argue for soccer.
I'm just saying, defenders have a good case for that.
Defenders might have a case, but I feel like no one likes their defenders.
Nobody likes their wide receivers.
No, everyone loves their wide receivers. That's the entire point.
Also,
Every team likes their wide receivers. Look at the Lions. They're like, hey, we got DJ Chark, Amon-Ra St. Brown. Who's the other one that they have? And like Josh Reynolds.
they have
They're like,
Jamison Williams.
And they have Jamison Williams.
Yep.
He hasn't. Oh, is he still hurt?
He's
He
on
hasn't.
the PUP.
He has not even been mentioned in Hard Knocks.
Yeah, it's because he's not even practicing.
So yeah, they're like, we love our wide receiver depth. They're the Lions.
Yep. Chark.
Yeah, I like
Did Jared
Chark.
Goff have a good year this year?
Also, did you know Amon-Ra St. Brown set the record for rookie receptions and touchdowns in Lions history?
Really? Well, is that Barbara? Well, no, they had Calvin Johnson.
Calvin
They had that
Johnson.
one.
They
Wow.
also drafted like 4 straight guys in the top
That's
5
true.
wide
That's
receivers.
true. Wow.
They really did suck, though.
They did. But Calvin Johnson was on that team
He's pretty good.
with Matt Stafford.
He could like still be playing, right? How old is
For
he?
sure.
35?
I don't even think he's close to that old.
I think so, yeah. I think
Wow.
he's like right around 34.
I would guess he's like 31.
Calvin Johnson?
Yeah.
I'll say 34.
36.
Oh,
36.
okay.
Okay. He could still be playing though.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How old did Randy Moss play till?
Jerry was 42, right?
Let's see. Randy Moss
Yeah.
is currently 45. He retired 10 years ago, so 35.
Okay.
Oh.
Played
Okay.
2012.
Okay.
Larry Fitzgerald.
Oh, Larry's old.
Yeah, and I mean, Jerry Rice is the only wide receiver to ever catch a pass in his 40s.
Larry Fitzgerald is currently 38.
3 people have
He
caught
didn't
a
play
pass
last
in their
year.
40s.
So 36.
Yeah.
It's Jerry Rice and 2 quarterbacks.
Tom.
Yep, and I don't remember who the other one was.
So an old day.
I think it was just like I don't know. It was one of the ones where they like deflected a pass to themselves.
Oh, yep.
So maybe Brett Favre, even though that's just in my head because that,
That
was
makes
his
sense.
first
That makes a
completion.
lot of sense. Yep.
All right, I think that wraps it up for us today. This has been really fun. So we will be back with you guys on Saturday. Everyone, like, cross your fingers, do whatever like religious thing you do to just please give us a better game than last Saturday.
Oh,
Please.
God.
Please give us a better game than last Saturday. But either way, no matter what, we'll be here with you guys on the post game show late night. So we'll see you then.